Good afternoon and welcome to Express News. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. Let's begin with the stories. India and Ethiopia strengthened bilateral ties as Prime Minister Narendra Modi met his counterpart Abiy Ahmed Ali. Prime Minister Modi held bilateral talks with Prime Minister Ahmed at the National Palace in Addis Ababa, during which the two leaders agreed to elevate India-Ethiopia relations. Prime Minister Modi hailed the relations between India and Ethiopia as he addressed the joint session of the Parliament of Ethiopia. This is the 18th Parliament in the world where Prime Minister Modi addressed the parliamentarians. Ahead of this speech, Prime Minister Modi received a warm welcome from the lawmakers of Ethiopia. At the conclusion of his speech, PM Narendra Modi got a standing ovation from the members of the Ethiopian Parliament. Sharing India's democratic journey and prospects for deeper India-Ethiopia cooperation in the Global South, Prime Minister Modi conveyed greetings on behalf of 1.4 billion people of India. He also greeted the parliament members with a salam. On the second day of his state visit to Ethiopia, Prime Minister Modi visited the Adwa Victory Memorial in Addis Ababa and laid wreaths to honor the historic triumph of Ethiopian patriots. PM Modi also toured the adjoining Adwa Victory Memorial Museum, a modern complex featuring statues, weapons, uniforms and artifacts from the battle. The visit highlights deepening India-Ethiopia ties and shared values of sovereignty. Prime Minister Modi participated in tree plantation with Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed under India's Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam campaign. Prime Minister Modi was conferred with Ethiopia's highest award, the Great Honour Nishan of Ethiopia, by his Ethiopian counterpart. The award was conferred in a special ceremony hosted at Addis International Convention Centre in Addis Ababa for his visionary leadership as a global statesman. Earlier on Tuesday, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed Ali hosted banquet dinner for Prime Minister Modi. In a special gesture, a wonderful rendition of Vande Mataram was sung by Ethiopian singers. It was a deeply moving moment, that too at a time when India marks 150 years of Vande Mataram. Ethiopian Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed Ali personally received Prime Minister Modi at Addis Ababa International Airport and drove him to the hotel in a rare diplomatic gesture. En route, Prime Minister Abiy took an impromptu detour to the Science Museum and Friendship Park, which was not part of the official itinerary. After concluding his successful visit to Jordan and Ethiopia, Prime Minister Modi on plane for his third and final visit to Oman as part of his three-nation West Asia and Africa tour. Prime Minister Modi is visiting the Sultanate of Oman for the second time after 2018, marking 70 years of diplomatic relations. And sharing pictures on X, Prime Minister Modi wrote that it was great honor and privilege to address the Ethiopian Parliament this morning. Ethiopia's rich history, culture and spirit inspire deep respect and admiration. Prime Minister Modi conveyed India's commitment to further strengthening a partnership guided by shared values, mutual trust and a common vision for peace, development and cooperation. And Prime Minister also continues his three-nation visit. These were the visuals of Prime Minister's meeting in Ethiopia. And the gallery that once displayed portraits of British ADCs now honours extraordinary acts of valour and supreme sacrifice in the service of the nation of Paramveer Chakra awardees. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar met Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Jerusalem yesterday, reaffirming the strength of the India-Israel strategic partnership. In a social media post, he said they both discussed deepening cooperation in technology, economy, skills and talent, connectivity and security. Afghanistan's Minister of Public Health, Malawi Noor Jalal Jalali, arrived in New Delhi yesterday for his first official visit to India, which is aimed at holding discussions to enhance bilateral cooperation in the healthcare sector. US Embassy in India has shared US President Donald Trump's praise for India and Prime Minister Modi, calling him a great friend of the US. In a social media post, the US Embassy quoted the US President as saying, "India, an amazing country, an important strategic partner for America in the Indo-Pacific region." The Luthra brothers, main suspects of the deadly Goa Club fire incident, landed at Manohar International Airport, Mopa, on Wednesday under tight police escort. The brothers are facing investigation in connection with Arpora Club fire, which claimed 25 lives. After completing airport formalities, the accused were taken to the Seolim PHC for medical examination. From there, they have been referred to North Goa District Hospital. After medical examination, they will be taken to the court for custody by police. The Indian Navy commissioned its second MH-60R helicopter squadron, INS 335, at INS Hamsa in Goa today. The occasion marked a pivotal moment in Indian Navy's continued efforts towards modernization and capability enhancement. The Indian Air Force is hosting exercise Avial Indra 2025, a joint exercise with Russian Federation Aerospace Force from 15 to 22nd December. Personnel from both forces will conduct joint flying operations on Sukhoi 30, Tejas, IL-78 and Mi-17 helicopters. India's Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal addressed the India-Oman Business Dialogue. Guide Spain Mohammed Al Yusuf, Oman's Minister for Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion, spoke earlier at the dialogue. The second WHO Global Summit on Traditional Medicine begins today in New Delhi, co-hosted by World Health Organization and Ministry of Ayush. The three-day event will bring together policymakers, scientists, practitioners from across the world to advance a shared vision of sustainable health systems. The Ministry of External Affairs on Wednesday summoned Bangladesh's High Commissioner to India, Riaz Hamidullah, and conveyed New Delhi's serious concerns over deteriorating security situation in Bangladesh, particularly threats to the Indian mission in Dhaka. India's Foreign Ministry says it summoned Bangladesh High Commissioner and apprised of activities of some extremist elements who have announced plans to create a security situation around the Indian mission in Dhaka. The Indian Army has received 3 AH-64E Apache helicopters from US-based aerospace major Boeing earlier in July this year. The company delivered 3 Apache helicopters. The Armed Forces Medical Services has launched India's first artificial intelligence-driven community screening program for diabetic retinopathy. This initiative has been undertaken by AFMS in collaboration with AIIMS. In Telangana, the polling has begun for the third and final phase of Gram Panchayat elections for 3,752 Sarpanch posts and 28,410 ward members across 31 districts in the state. US President Donald Trump orders blockade of all sanctioned oil tankers going into and out of Venezuela. Trump warned that US naval armada will only get bigger until Caracas returns all the oil, land and other assets that they have stolen from the US. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro rejected US allegations of drug trafficking and urged peace and accused US of trying to seize Venezuela's natural resources. Maduro lauded to defend his homeland, said that Venezuela peace will triumph. President Trump on Tuesday widened a full travel ban, barring citizens from 7 more countries from entering the United States. The expanded ban applies to the nationals of Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, South Sudan and Syria, as well as people traveling on Palestinian Authority-issued documents. Days after Australia's deadliest mass shooting in 3 decades, the leader of the Australian state of New South Wales, Chris Minns, said to recall Parliament next week to pass wide-ranging reforms for gun and protest laws. Australia Prime Minister Anthony Albanese pledged to eradicate anti-Semitism and enact legislative change as the funerals of Jewish victims of Bondi Beach attack began. Australia held the first funeral today for the victims of the Bondi Beach mass shooting. Large crowds had gathered to grieve a rabbi slain in the attack. Providence Police Department released new video footage of a person of interest in the Brown University shooting that killed 2 people. Video footage shows the individual before and after the shooting, but investigators have not yet identified the person. The United States just wrapped up 2 days of talks with Ukrainian and European negotiators in Berlin, followed by more discussions among leaders in Europe, all of which ended with positive signals about a future peace agreement. Thailand on Tuesday said Cambodia must be first to announce a truce to halt fighting between the 2 nations after more than a week of deadly clashes in a reignited border conflict. Prosecutors in Los Angeles have filed murder charges against Nick Rayner over the death of his parents, Hollywood director Rob Reiner, and his wife, Michelle. Nick Rayner is facing 2 counts of first-degree murder. The European Commission on Tuesday proposed dropping the EU's effective ban on new combustion engine cars from 2035 by allowing some sales of the non-electric vehicles. The US Air Force acquired 2 Boeing 747-8 jumbo jets for $400 million to establish a training and sustainment program for its future presidential airlift fleet. The US government is launching an early career hiring and talent development program to bring more technology and artificial intelligence employees to the public sector. India's economic growth is expected to pick up pace and remain strong in the coming years, with GDP likely to expand at 7.5% in financial year 27, even as inflation stays under control. The government has set a target of increasing the number of Jan Aushadhi Kendras across the country to 25,000 by March 2027 to further expand access to quality generic medicines at affordable prices. Sensex fell 450 points from its high, with more stocks declining than advancing. Nifty also fell below 25,800. Mid-cap, small-cap indices also weakened as markets headed for a 3rd straight decline. The rupee remains under pressure amid concerns over the pending India-US trade deal, reaching the 91 mark for the first time and hitting a fresh record of low for the 4th consecutive session. Amazon is in early talks to invest about $10 billion in OpenAI, potentially valuing the AI firm above $500 billion as it races to build advanced AI systems. Oil prices dropped below $60 per barrel on Wednesday, marking their lowest level since February 2021, as renewed hopes for a resolution to the Ukraine conflict softened. Russia's central bank has filed a lawsuit seeking 18.2 trillion rubles in damages from Belgian Central Securities Depository Euroclear, a Moscow court said on Monday. And we're heading for a short break. There's more coming up.
For sustainability to become more than just a statement, it needs to be practical and seamlessly fit into our lives.
If we are thinking about a net zero economy, and obviously automobile sector is at the center of this transformation. Instead of buying new vehicle, if I can retrofit and upgrade my existing vehicle, environmentally speaking, it is superior.
Zero waste means repair, reuse, analyze.
We realized that if women became involved in decision making and generated income, the whole family would benefit. Before, we needed a lot of manpower to handle the waste. But now, with the conveyor belt,
It converts the waste into electricity, powering 2 farms.
Welcome back. I'm Watch Shubhendu Ghosh. Let's resume with the Express News stories. In the U.S. state of Washington, streets have turned to rivers as flooding submerged part of U.S. state. Cars remain trapped in the floods as waters encroached on residential areas. Levee breaches across the White and Green rivers prompted emergency evacuations as the National Weather Service issued a flash flood warning for more than 46,000 residents in the area. The Arctic has experienced its hottest year since records began, according to a US science agency. This comes as climate change triggers cascading impact from the melting glaciers and sea ice. Between October 2024 and September 25, the temperatures were 1.6 degrees Celsius above the 1991 to 2020 mean, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration said in its annual report. Morocco has rolled out nationwide emergency aid to help tens of thousands of families affected by freezing temperatures, heavy rains, snow this winter, authorities informed on Tuesday. This comes in the wake of flash floods following torrential rains in Morocco that killed 37 people in the coastal province of Safi. The relief operation will target 28 provinces with food supplies and blankets. According to the Indian Met Department, dense fog conditions are very likely to prevail in the northeastern regions of India from 17th to 21st of December. The national weather forecaster predicted similar foggy conditions in Punjab, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Madhya Pradesh and Odisha over the next 3 to 4 days. The National Weather Agency also anticipated cold wave conditions to prevail over Telangana, Karnataka and Madhya Pradesh on 17th and 18th of December. The India Met Department predicted no significant change in minimum temperatures in the country during next 7 days. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer hosted a Hanukkah reception at his official residence at 10 Downing Street on Tuesday. Brazil has proposed stricter protections for endangered Brazil wood. However, finished musical instruments have been exempted for non-commercial travel. A 21-meter-long whale weighing about 30 tons was lifted at the port in Spain after washing ashore, requiring cranes and specialist teams to remove it. Japanese scientist Yoshinori is studying ice core samples as part of an international project to understand why glaciers in Tajikistan have largely resisted the rapid melting seen elsewhere. Researchers hope the findings of Yoshinori's study will reveal how continuous snow buildup has allowed the ice to grow, offering clues about the future of glaciers. Rome has opened two long-delayed stations in city's historic centre. The new Fore Imperiale station near the iconic Colosseum doubles as an underground museum. North Koreans marked the 14th death anniversary of their leader Kim Jong-il on Wednesday. Residents and soldiers laid flowers near the statues of Kim Jong-il, the state's founder Kim Il-sung in Pyongyang. Mongolia's Steppe Arena Ice Palace is hosting a magical New Year celebration for families from December 17th to the 1st of January, featuring Santa's Village and the country's first children's ice musical called Saving Santa. Colombia has opened the Christmas train, offering families a festive nightly journey from Bogota to the nearby town of Chia, featuring Santa, elves and holiday entertainment. In the city of San Fernando in Philippines, handcrafted lanterns towering 6 meters high have lit up the night sky as part of an annual competition. Festive Christmas sacks filled with animals' favorite snacks are being gifted to the primates at the London Zoo to celebrate the magic of Christmas event. Thailand's Ministry of Culture is launching a nationwide campaign to promote traditional Thai textiles, aiming for UNESCO recognition for an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. A young self-taught Mongolian painter has turned his passion for mural art into a growing business, creating imaginative and uplifting wall paintings that bring joy, calm and inspiration to children and families. Peru has repatriated 347 cultural heritage artifacts to its Ministry of Culture in one of its largest recent returns, including ancient ceramics, textiles and ritual objects from pre-Columbian civilizations. A Japanese woman has married an AI-generated persona she customized from ChatGPT. The trend highlights rising emotional reliance on virtual companions while raising concerns about ethical risks and overdependence. A staged revival of classic 1935 musical comedy Top Hat is running for the Christmas season at the London South Bank Centre until January 17th next year. Top Hat revival featuring lavish tap routines, 1930s costumes and Irving Berlin's iconic songs alongside new material starring Philip Atmore, Amara Orieke. The production honors the Fred Astaire's and Ginger Rogers legacy. American actor Courtney Vance received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in Los Angeles. He was accompanied by his wife Angela Bassett and their 2 children. The first trailer of Steven Spielberg's upcoming film Disclosure Day has been released. The movie stars Emily Blunt and Josh O'Connor in the lead roles. The trailer for Stranger Things Season 5 Volume 2 has been released. Volume 2 consists of 3 episodes set to be released on Christmas, while the finale will be released on New Year's Eve. Famous American actor Jill Jarrett passed away at the age of 92 after battling with cancer. He was famous for his work in 1979 sci-fi series Buck Rogers. Actor Anthony Gary passed away on Tuesday at the age of 78 in Amsterdam. Reportedly, complications from a planned surgery contributed to his demise. The trailer of Rishabha, directed and written by Nanda Kishore, has been released. The film features Dadasaheb Phalke Award-winning actor Mohanlal in the lead role. The teaser of Imran Hashmi's starrer Taskari, The Smuggler's Web, has been unveiled. Filmmaker Neeraj Pandey is set to join forces with Hashmi for the fictional crime entertainer. Neeraj Gaiwan's Homebound has been shortlisted for Oscars 2026. The Ishan Khattar and Vishal Jaitwa starrer movie has been shortlisted in International Feature Film category. India in sports takes on South Africa in 4 T20 match in Lucknow today with an aim to seal the 5-match series after taking a lead, a 2-1 lead. Left-arm spinner Prashant Veer and wicketkeeper batter Karthik Sharma have become the highest-paid uncapped Indian players at the Indian Premier League auction. Both of them were acquired by Chennai Super Kings for slightly over 140 million rupees. Alex Carey slammed a majestic 106 and Usman Khwaja hit a defiant 82 to put Australia in the driving seat of the 3rd Ashes Test against England. A moment of silence was observed before the 3rd Ashes Test with players from Australia and England wearing black armbands to mark the tragic shooting at Sydney's Bondi Beach. Two-time Olympian Aishwarya Pratap Singh Tomar has set a world record to win men's 50-meter rifle 3 positions final at the National Shooting Championship in Bhopal. Paris Saint-Germain and France forward Ousmane Dembele was named FIFA Men's Player of the Year in Doha. While Spain and Barcelona midfielder Aitana Bonmati clinched the Women's Award for the 3rd year in a row. Serena Wigman won the Best Women's Coach Award for the 5th time and leading the England to retain their European Championship title. Luis Enrique bagged the Men's Coach Award after taking Paris Saint-Germain to their first Champions League win. Football's global governing body FIFA has introduced a limited number of supporter entry tier tickets fixed at $60 for all 104 matches, including the final, after pricing backlash. A French labour court has ordered Paris Saint-Germain to pay their former forward Kylian Mbappe nearly €61 million. The Association of Tennis Professionals, or ATP, will roll out new heat policy from next year for better protection for players in extreme conditions. India's western city of Pune is set to host multi-stage cycling competition named Pune Grand Tour 2026 in January next year. Twice unified heavyweight champion Jake Paul and boxer Anthony Joshua held open workouts in Miami ahead of their heavyweight clash on Friday. And with that, we conclude this edition of Express News. Namaskar.